I'm leaning towards the double carry thing, but you have a good read on it as well. Nigma Galaxy, few seconds only. Is it Sven? This is gonna be the go for the Ursa instead.
Okay.
Again, they have some lockdown with like the cogs, the hook shot.
Like he'd be like, I foresee that the rune will be in, but it's literally not like that at all. As we see, wait, hold, what am I watching? Sumail, is he about to go down for first blood? Warwick just works him. Sumail, king of what? I mean, the Timber just gets 100-0. Static field too strong, man.
It's nice.
Yeah, I mean, that was crazy stuff. Warwick showing up and showing why they value this Zeus, but meanwhile, bot side, Janta just gets run down.
I mean, he's like, hey, this item. Oh wait, we might see a kill on Oracle.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty certain. I can tell you that much. I mean, not if Janta has something to say about it. Looks like the calls actually ended up pushing him out. So it's an awkward situation where it looks like the Spirit Breaker had to sacrifice himself for the cause. Clockwork dropping a little low though. Warwick closing in. Phylactery complete, slowing him down to a crawl. And there's the Thunder God's Wrath, shocking him down from the sky. So 1-for-1 trade out. I gotta imagine that Night Pulse aren't too sad about that. Still looking forward to that. Both teams seem to be biding their time. They don't particularly seem to be rushing for any timing. Seems like there's tussling in the mid lane. Invis rune snagged away by Kuro. Looks like, unfortunately, this Oracle will be going down again. Just the one caught on the front lines. First point of contact, first one down. Sumail, bit of a recovery for him this game after picking up some of those support kills now.
On the meantime, wait, FBZ, he's got the ultimate available. Wow, he's flying, but do you have enough damage?
No, just narrowly not enough. Janta now will be the one to pay the price. The pullback, the false promise used though. Janta will be able to walk free, ultimate for ultimate at this point. Here comes Kami, ready to contribute to the fight. He's quite a tanky boy himself, but not in the face of Sumail, not in the face of the magic and the Brewlings. They're trying to work him down. The healing, it's more than enough. The Seeds of Serenity there to help him out as well. And looks like Nigma, they're slightly out of gas, but Miracle here to join the fight. Sumail trying to get away from this engagement, hides under the cover of the egg. But Night Pulse, they don't lose a single member. And they force so much movement from Nigma. Miracle is closing in on his Battle Fury though, so the gold, or rather the net worth, should ramp up from here. Oh, just a swing and a miss on the hook shot. Has to throw them the call down, no more false promise. They used it on a support, but he's still fine because the healing seems to be keeping him pepped up. FBZ, not enough damage to swipe him down. The TP, Kuroki couldn't make it there in time. They'll have to settle for the Oracle, a mega kill streak now as Nigma, despite that failed attempt in the mid lane, they still keep the pressure on.
Move! GH is going for the shot right after. I mean, we were talking about it, we think it's one of the best shots. Sumail finds Kami, does have waveform. Would be enough. Oh, close.
Oh, the creep wave. And there's still a false promise available too, so now it's Kuroki who's in trouble. Charge coming through though. Thunder God's Wrath will finish off the clockwork. So again, unfortunately, it's the supports who have to pay. GH diving away now. Charge. They caught sight of Sumail. This is scary now. Sumail dropping low. Way too much magic burst. They finish off the Timbersaw. That is a huge streak. Yeah. I mean, this Spirit Breaker build is so interesting. This is the kind of thing that you see and then you want to go try in your pubs because you're like, is it really that good that you bring it out against Nigma? Kuroki in the mid lane. Unfortunate stuff will just get charged. Oh, Glimmer actually blocking a lot of damage, but man, that pushback is pretty intense. They popped the Primal Split actually in this mid lane, and the hook shot out onto Janta, trying to control him. The force up actually helping him create a huge distance, but FBZ, he's just dying. His Brewlings, they can't survive. Thankfully, he still has the shard and is able to move back to his main hero. Here comes the rest of Nigma Galaxy, ready to take the fight. Looks like the Oracle is in major trouble. Throws out a dying false promise onto V-Tune just to try and keep his carry safe. But the egg right on top of his face with the setup, it's perfect. It's everything you could ask for. Nigma Galaxy rolling over the side of Night Pulse and just flee for the wins. He doesn't have much mana left though. Here comes Miracle chasing him down. That will be a swipe down. That's essentially 4 members for free. They don't lose a single thing on Nigma.
I mean, going for Kuroki, he had the Glimmer Cape, was able to stay alive. He's a fairly tanky hero, and he's level 13. He was the same level as Sumail when that fight began, because Sumail has also been getting a lot of farm. So they're like, oh yeah, we have our basically super tank position 5 you're jumping onto. Night Pulse couldn't bring him down. They threw everything for that. And these Wisdom ruins, these small wins that Nigma Galaxy has taken, they've added up.
Yeah, absolutely. Not to mention as well, FBZ, that fresh pipe that he completed, he was standing right next to KuroKy that entire time, so drastically cutting down the burst that Night Pulse had to offer. And blink and you'll miss it, looks like a lane of Rags is going down now. I mean, Janta's trying to scare them back with pump faking the Nether Strike. The rest of Night Pulse have respawned. Now FBZ, no more split. Looks like he will be going down. So Nigma overstaying their welcome just a little bit, and now they have to be the ones to back up. Pretty decent for Night Pulse, especially since they hung on to the V-Tune BKB. Still has that available. Also has the Ancient Guardian, which is a tier 4 item. We haven't really talked about the neutrals just yet. That's going to help them out quite a bit.
He's got damage, V-Tune, if he can pump it out, you know, like... But they're very durable. Oh, here it comes!
Yeah, they're trying to push back onto FBZ. They know he doesn't have a split, but my god, he's tanky. Still has the cheese available, like you mentioned. Surviving very well. Hurricane Pike shoving Miracle away. The Nigma Galaxy heroes, they just can't close in on these ranged targets. And now they're just getting barraged down. Janta pushing them away. Sumail dropping low. In comes GH trying to save the day. KuroKy will be the first one to drop though. This is starting to get awkward for Nigma. They aren't able to close in on their targets. And now Miracle's the one to go down. First life already on the Earth side. He still has the BKB available. He needs to get out of here. Beautiful charge. Janta bumps him over to the side and gets that kill. GH hiding under the cover of Invis. Very nicely done. Will evacuate from that situation, but Nigma, again, the high ground foils them.
Yeah, suddenly there's like no creeps past the river in the mid lane. Same thing with the bottom lane. That creeper is about to die. They are going to go top, but 30 seconds left. It's not the biggest advantage, and they have Glyph.
Can work this one down pretty quickly though. V2 getting in position to try and spray and pray.
VZ
Hope for the best. Yeah, here comes the primal split. Just the lift up on the gyro. Just have a very easy pop back down though. I mean, I don't know if you know anything about gyro, but last I heard he's pretty comfortable up there in the sky. FBZ comes back into his main Brewmaster form. In comes the hookshot, found Warwick. But again, this feels like a very awkward situation for Nigma Galaxy where they're poking and prodding. It's not really what they want. Here comes Kami, back from the respawn. FPC, forced to pop the cheese, forced to pop the Manta. Trying to get out of trouble now. He's just getting hammered. He's taken so much damage, but it's not enough. Here comes Sumail in the middle of everything. Pops his BKB and the Aghanim's. With the sun protecting them, it should be enough. Working through on the Janta. He has the false promise on him for now. Should be surviving, but the orange glowing ball on his head says otherwise. They'll pop that Spirit Breaker wide open. KuroKy now, the target for Kami. Trade 1 for 1. And I mean, that should... I mean, they cracked it. They got one tower. And now it's back to farming. And now it might be back to Roche in just about 1.5 minutes. I mean, he tries. Immediately just gets bumped back by Jet. A bit of a love tap. Yeah, I mean, this push and prod, they're trying it. I mean, now FBZ. Oh, okay. That was a interesting interaction. That was the Mirror Shield. Here comes Miracle ratting on the mid lane rack. So, like you mentioned, it's working. They're splitting it up here. Divide and conquer. There's the egg on the back lines. Here comes Kami trying to focus it down. GH is down. That's the Phoenix out of the picture. Meanwhile, Miracle trying to get the rags up here in this top side. KuroKy looks like the one to fall here. Can't Wind Waker over the cliff and unfortunately will go down.
As... Who would they love to fight? This is a 5 versus 3. Nigma Galaxy.
I'm not sure about this, Miracle. You might have to get out. Pops the BKB and the Enrage. Tries to TP out. But does he have the duration? He gets bashed. He needs to run. He needs to help. FPZ and company trying to come in and save him. Turns around, swipes down on the Janta. Chasing a bit too far. You're the only one with that move, my boy. And here comes the rest of Galaxy somehow. In this 3v5 fight, they're the ones that are doing it. They found the support V2 now in the middle, doing so much damage, but he can't do enough. Too tanky. KuroKy with the hook shot flies into the fray and saves everybody. Lost them all. The cause is down. Kami has to wait from away. Triple kill for Miracle as V2 desperately trying to escape. The self-hex onto Sumail. The Mirror Shield coming in clutch for this gyro. But right when Night Pulse step out of base for the first time, they make the fatal mistake, Otomo. They've been holding their high ground for the past 35 minutes, and they decide to break that status quo. Like you mentioned, diebacks all around, and it's a 4v5 situation now. Night Pulse, backs against the ropes.
Oh dear, they have a couple buybacks on their side for Kami as well as V-Tune, so they can use them, but Night Pulse, this is a clear disadvantage. You know,
they're gonna try and go in for the burst here, FBZ, but there's another hook shot controlling onto Kami. They don't have an egg available though. Hex up on the front lines again. Sumail, he's found himself at the risk of these mirror shields for far too long. Very tanky though, like you mentioned, still charging in. The push back, Sumail, he's getting bounced around in the fight, but Miracle has his eyes on Warwick, swipes down on the Zeus, and that is a dieback onto your mid. Sumail, he needs to get out of here. Force moves back to safety. And looks like this Rax is theirs for the taking. Here comes Kami though, still trying to defend. It's the Morphling against the wall. Janta charging in. Miracle though with the Enrage. Able to swipe down the Morphling and cut down Janta. Surely this has to be it. Right before we hit the 70-minute mark. Looks like there's only 2 members left. Kami and V-Tune. And there's not much they can do against the overwhelming force of Nigma. It's been a slog of a game number 1, but they find a way to get it done. GG is called and Nigma will go 1-up in this series.
Well played by both teams, honestly. Like, yes, it's not a high kill game, but Nigma Galaxy very aware that high ground is a problem.
They could go for the tiny as well. I mean, the insurmountable is going to help him out a lot with the stuns.
Or Wraith King. It's gonna be
Underlord. So it's going to be a carry Razor instead, and they are favoring a better, quote-unquote, lane matchup with the Underlord up against CK, because I feel like as Razor, you have the potential of just being run down by Veno CK, which is a terrifying lane, by the way.
I like this Underlord coming out from Kami at the very end. It does give you a lot of control in these team fights. You know, just like with the sand, we see like triple blinks probably from Nigma Galaxy and Storm on the other side. Oh, till the end. Yeah, he's not making it out of that one.
Yeah, just unfortunate stuff. Sticking around, not being able to grab that Watcher in time. No real priority on it yet, but like later on in the fights, like you mentioned, it's just a flat percentage. Now, they're gonna try and deal with this Underlord, pop the Inkswell. No pipe yet means that magic damage is gonna pop him wide open. And there's Sumail with the blink reveal, an excellent one at that, and they can put on pressure on this tower as well.
Much needs for Nigma Galaxy, as Nightfall's just still not feeling like they're really ready to take these fights. A lot of it just comes down to that bad laning stage that Warwick had. Sumail crushed him, and now Warwick's like, I'm constantly recovering. That couple of kills does give him galvanized stacks, which is good, but it's just not quite enough. As Miracle, they have hook shots.
Hook shot. They found the CK, zip in as well. Pretty tanky on this guy. He still will drop, but the toggles, they almost bailed him out of trouble. Here comes the Underlord though, through the Fiend's Gate, and looks like they've caught Sumail as well. This is perfect. Warwick, a couple more charges on the galvanized stacks.
It does feel like this in this game, there's going to be a lot of like long fights as everyone's building for durability. Warwick jumps in. Kuroki.
Nice silence, turn around with the ult. Warwick maybe biting off a bit more than he can chew. He loses his life. And with it, a couple of galvanized stacks. FPZ has shown up to the fray on a killing spree now until the end. One last touch, they'll get the kill. They lose Kuroki, but again, this time it's Nightpulse who overextend, and they give up a couple of key heroes. Yeah, you know, as long as you're not clearing out my vision for the price of free, I'm okay with you, you know? It's it's a principle, right? I think that's just kind of broken. Kuroki jumping onto the high ground. What was that? FBZ on the front lines. He's got help. He's got mech, like you mentioned, push back, and that's the first kill. GH now in some trouble. The silence is about to run out. Warwick should be able to finish him off. FBZ dropping low as well, and it's a big cleanup for Nightpulse as they wipe down 3. They get the big Sand King kill though.
Nigma Galaxy have very durable 3 strength cores. Like, how do you kill that?
Okay, all I want to say is Storm is galvanized right now, and he's about to get a few more stacks. We can get this kill. The GH mech coming in clutch. In comes the double Noxious Plague. It's a lot of damage that's going to come through. Miracle joining the fray now. Sumail on the front lines. He's a tanky boy though. Vines threatening him a little bit, but Warwick caught in a very, very rough position, and he's going to get killed off. There goes your stacks, and here comes FBZ. Ready to wipe the floor with them. Looking onto Kami as well. Burrow Strike still on cooldown, and they'll have to watch the Underlord walk away. But great fight from Nigma Galaxy.
Meanwhile, what's Sumail going for? BKBs are going to be the option coming out next for him, as Lodesorb on the Sand King. So they just want to make sure that they're hard to bring down. FBZ might be in trouble though.
Oh, okay, well, he doesn't get the Burrow Strike away in time. I believe he gets stopped up there. Not exactly sure what was preventing him other than the root, but yeah, gets worked down. Just as he says, they need vision in that area as well. A bit unfortunate.
I'll be your eyes, people. Oh, that's not Western Gate.
Yeah, I mean, they come back into the fray, but I'm not really sure whether this is what Nigma Galaxy caught out now. Blast off. Janta catches onto 2, and here comes V-Tune wiping the floor, taking down both Sumail as well as Kuroki. They trade their Storm Spirit for it, but still, overall, not too bad for Nightpulse.
This momentum that Nigma Galaxy has been building feels like it's kind of slipping away here. And like Guardian Greaves is also a solid item, but you don't want to rush that. You know, it feels like, yeah, you get so much more value out of a pipe than going for the Greaves early on. And BKB on Miracle, so he's basically uncontrollable apart from hookshot. Here they go.
Gonna try. setup onto Janta though. This is a techies of a glimmer. In comes the zip. They're looking for GH. They know he's the
Oh,
target.
they got him.
A beautiful soul bind onto the two most important heroes. Here comes Miracle starting the lane of the damage, but he's controlled for now. He's not able to really get these attacks off, but getting that Phantasm worked down onto Warwick. Miracle dropping low, gets zapped down. V-Tune, the real king of this fight, has been able to drain away all of Miracle's damage and deal it right back. Nigma Galaxy lose too.
Oh, they might lose one more here. As KuroKy's got caught, the Rock of Atos comes out. Sumail wants to help him out.
He's still going back in here. Sumail very low on the Dragon Knight. He might lose his life as well. The second setup from Kami, swiping him down with the bombs, and they lose more heroes. Started with 2, drop another, double for nothing combo. Night Pulse, all they had to pay for it was the clockwork, but they are more than happy with that now. Roach already at half HP though. We're watching the wraparound. Janta on the high ground, guarding that location till the end on the other side. The illusions are gonna come in, but I fear it might be too late. I mean, the rest of Nigma, they aren't in a position to contest. Jumping up into high ground. Holy, Sumail loses so much of his HP, and that Aegis is gonna go to Warwick Pants. What do you want to do now, Nigma? Feels like you need a retreat. Miracle, the target of focus, popping the BKB, but being drained away by V-Tune again. He needs an escape, but he doesn't have it. The rest of the team can't help him, and this Miracle CK is just gonna get killed off. Can't even kill off Warwick. Here he comes back into the fray, ready to contribute to the rest of the team fight. Sumail will pop his BKB, but they just haven't gotten anything done. He can't even TP out. Nigma, so many problems. Aghanim complete on the clockwork as well. Can just send these rocket flares flying. Warwick with the vision just jumps in onto GH again. Has the dust ready. Hook shot in. It's perfect. The setup is there. Night Pulse. They're all over the side of Nigma. And all Sumail can do is walk lines. He can't even join his team. Miracle's gonna TP out. But 2 members already dead. Warwick chasing for more. He's found FBZ, pulled him back in the middle of the Dust Devil because you can't turn Invis without your facet. FBZ yanked back in by Static Link. Where are you going, Atos? It gets reflected, but it doesn't matter. FBZ goes down. Just great fight overall. And Warwick, you talk about low net worth, but he is converting it into impact.
As V2 in the front, Satanic Aegis BKB, not the guy you want, but Warwick could be.
Warwick, I mean, oh, this is just so easy. They're diving in with no regard because they're fine. Miracle being controlled on the backline. No one can help him because they're just being chased back. Night Pulse, too overwhelming, too strong at this stage in the game. And FBZ will just get punched down to size. Has to just barrel strike away, but continuing the chase is Warwick. He's right there, ready to punish this Sand King. Even zips past the defender's gate, ready to take him down. But FBZ looking a bit tanky for now. Warwick, maybe a bit too early. V-Tune. Now he's there as well, but he can't make it back through. This is awkward. The force staff is there. And Night Pulse, for a moment, it almost seemed like they had just chased a bit too hard.
Kind of healthy still on Night Pulse. And Nigma Galaxy is not... They don't look that excited to go for a fight.
Okay, this is a bit of a long time coming, but we do have to mention that Sumail has finished that. Aghanims might not have time to. Miracle being controlled, BKB'd up, trapped in the cogs. It's perfect till the end. He just jetpacks, gets a clear vantage point from the high ground just to watch Miracle's demise. Perfect execution. Night Pulse, they're not done. They find GH as well. And I think this is the beginning of the end, Otomo, because you need a buyback on your CK, and even then, he doesn't have BKB and he doesn't have Phantasm.
You still have FBZ. You still have that possible big jump coming out from the Sand King, but I think that's when they go in buyback to Miracle. Here we go.
They're gonna try for it, putting out so much damage onto the Razor. They're doing quite a number, but he's fleeing. The Satanic fine, turns it around, and now Miracle trapped up. FBZ gets it done, kills off the Razor, but Miracle, he's dropping so low. He's able to clean up the clockwork, but there is the final touch. Kami dropping so low on HP, but the last bit of healing from Janta. He's fine. FBZ with the buyback trying to save the day here on this hero Sand King, but Warwick now, he's turning things on. Kami, he's healed back up to a considerable amount, and he's ready to continue putting on the pressure. It's a rampage for Warwick. What a turnaround for this Storm Spirit as Night Pulse steamroll ahead in this top lane. You're so worried about V-Tune, well, we'll give you something else you need to cry about. FBZ, he's on this front line as their only defender remaining apart from Kuro, but these buildings, they're gonna drop Otomo. I mean, it's a 2v5 situation, and I don't think Night Pulse can I don't know how they lose this one from him.
Looks like they might go. No, they're not going straight throw. They want to take a little bit more advantages coming out for them. Sumail's up in 26. FBZ though, you can't lose him.
No, you need to get out. 19 more seconds for Sumail. Someone bail him out. The Sand King, he needs all the spines. He's just controlled in place. The pit serves to him his death. And with that, we should be seeing the GGs come out very shortly. Maybe Nigma taking some time to discuss what went wrong because their momentum fell flat at the 20-minute mark after they couldn't bring down Kami, and it just slipped out of their fingers from that point. I remember at some point in the game you were saying Nigma almost had an 80% win rate advantage, but that doesn't seem to matter. Nightpulse defy the odds and take us to what looks like will be a game number 3. Nigma not ready to give up just yet, but Warwick on the front lines just forcing them, asking them, will you please tap out already? This game's over. Warwick, he'll take down Kuro, bring down the captain, and with that, the Ancient will fall. Good game is called. And Otomo, we're going to a game number 3.
Huge amount of damage that you need.
This is tough.
Big damage, man. Big damage, man. Who is it? It is
Tiny. Okay. Well, we missed this one out completely, right? Somehow snuck its way through the entire sort of list of bans. And this is one of the heroes of the patch as well, Insurmountable. Plays it to the absolute brink, but now has to make the walk of shame back to base. And he tips Janta because he knows if Janta didn't make that rotation to harass him, he's gone. But it's GH. Oh, not even. Just the foul play running away till the end.
So good.
But finds a nice shackle and looks like till the end will be the first blood in Sid. That is the foul play coming into action.
Because this static farming is not good.
Yeah. Let's jump in, taking the arcane rune. There's the setup there, but Kami was in the location with that Atos holding the storm in place. Sumail feeling confident though. The hook shot actually going on the backline instead. Wondering whether you wanted to commit that onto the storm. The egg will hold the Shadow Shaman down, and the jump back through in tandem with the burst. Nicely done. Sumail able to turn it 1-for-1. FBC still with the chase on. Here comes Sumail though, wanting to pressure on the Janta, but runs right into an Atos. Nicely done, pull him back. So much magic damage. Sumail is dead. Perfect setup from Nightpulse, and they just bait in the storm and kill him off. Kami. Hookshot still available. They gotta watch the angles till the end. Is looking for it. Straight onto this poor Shadow Shaman. And in comes the rest of the squad. There's a Mortimer's Kissers covering their bases though. The V-Tune on the front lines. This is a scary customer, but now FBZ there to cut down the clockwork. Kami, maybe he's the one who has to retreat now. Sumail here for some revenge, pulling in the Underlord, and more than enough magic damage to slice through that big tanky boy. Nice response there from Nigma.
Yeah, nice by GH. He makes sure that Miracle doesn't get caught.
Lock down everyone on Nigma, and it's insane actually the AoE silence against the heroes that Nigma have.
Especially I feel like the Shadow Shaman, right? Like you're usually pretty close to get the shackles off. As FBZ, he's suffering. Oh, okay.
Cluster Clark trying to bail him out. FBZ can't get out of the pit though. And even with the Timber Chain, he's going nowhere. Just great execution again. Nightpulse. They very clearly know how to play around this Underlord, and now hookshot in, GH dead. All your chickens, but all within the coop. Now Kuroki in some trouble as well. The next pit finds him just again and again, leapfrogging over each other. Nightpulse executing to perfection. Just get 3 kills for free. Yeah, I mean, it's like as soon as you join Nigma Galaxy, it's like rule number 1, no randomly building diffusal. Miracle caught out. Here comes Warwick to close in on the carry. They can't afford to lose him like this. He is insurmountable at the moment, but still locked up by the pit, held in place. He needs a cookie. He gets out just narrowly, but there's the pullback. Warwick, perfect with the Aether Remnant. Mega kill streak now for this mid laner. Further empowering the Void Spirit to jump in with no regard for his life and silence up the entire roster.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of, there he goes. The control out, but they have the shackles holding on to the Void Spirit, but they don't have the damage for him at the moment. He's able to dissimulate and get out of trouble. Fighting under the egg, they've already taken down Kuroki. FBZ just has to run Sumail low on mana as well, and there is the trap, there is the kill. And Sumail nowhere left to run, just held in place and dried up under the heat of Nightpulse. Past 5 minutes, it just feels like Nigma. They don't have any moves whatsoever. They're gonna try and set up now. FBZ is still sneaky around the jungle over here, but you gotta remember that Watch still has that second life. Here comes Miracle, trying to burst down on the Phoenix. They get that first kill. Kami taking quite a bit of damage from the Mortimer's Kisses as well. Miracle popped the BKB, and they slice through the wall. Okay, that is something. FBZ getting it done. Here comes Sumail looking for V-Tune. This hero doesn't have the Aegis, but they don't want to chase under the tier 2. They don't know where Warwick is, and neither are they aware of the Clockwork's whereabouts. They'll back up. Okay. I mean, if the Storm silences you, you're punching him for 30 more damage, so it's lit. For now, silence up onto the poor Timbersaw, who gets a cluster clock out of there with the help of the Shadow Shaman. There's nice defensive plays here, but still poking away on the high ground. V-Tune very comfortable. Trying to set up onto Warwick, but it's an easy Resonant Pulse just to silence Sumail. Miracle to toss back. They got their eyes on V-Tune, but he still has the Stone Gaze that he doesn't even feel the need to pop just yet. Here comes Sumail jumping in. There's nobody you want. Storm Spirit goes down. Oh, this has not been the game for Sumail. This has been the series. Game number 1 was fine, but game 2 onwards, it has looked rough for the King. And Warwick very firmly in control and very firmly in the advantage on his Void Spirit. Just so many tools to play with.
I mean, they've got this lovely bit of heals and saves from the back line, and feels like Vito he's like, I can go forward. I don't really care. This lack of mana, there were no real options, to be honest with you. Like, when Activate just gone, you really don't have that many choices for mana burn, and it's not working out. Miracle also throwing out V2 is very risky. He's the most durable hero. How are you really going to kill him?
Right, so very clearly a strong carry player finding Kuroki, and this is a dead Snapfire. Like you mentioned, you got to feed the shot something, and a Snapfire isn't too bad of a loss comparatively to the rest of your team.
All right, so what? Oh, and Lotus Orb finished up on the Phoenix, going to go for that site after, not too far away. You can see his net worth starting to climb up. Oh, no.
Poke shot cancelling the BKB TP. Miracle going down. And Night Pulse, I'm starting to think you might have to expend a ban on this unlock because Kami is looking a bit too monstrous with it, right? Like Roshan dropping very, very low. Night Pulse in a great position to take it down. Here comes FBZ trying to steal it. They're able to get the kill on the Roche, but not the SV snatches that first life. They kill off the Clockwork to start. Pretty good stuff. FBZ on the front lines taking a lot of damage. Still able to Timber Chain away. The Underlord has entered the fight, but Kami, not enough damage to work him down. Miracle needs to start punching away. Threatening Warwick for now, but still able to escape the fight. The silence wears out, and now Nigma Galaxy have to run. Sumail out of mana, out of hope, and will get worked down. 3 members left for Nigma Galaxy. There's a buyback available on GH, but they'll just Skuro. Looks like FBZ might be next. Beautiful Atos from Kami, holding the Timbersaw in place, and till the end, holds him back inside a Cogs. There's a Timber Chain though. FBZ can bring them on a nice little joyride, but decide to focus on the objectives because they know. I mean, there's nothing that can stop them. It's just Miracle in the base. Potentially 2 support buybacks, but game for the qualifiers it would be for them. They had a pretty already good performance defeating Team Bald in the open qualifiers. I mean, they can add this to the belt.
FBZ, he's in trouble. He doesn't have BKB though.
He's just rooted up forever. I mean, this Timbersaw's going nowhere. You can try and Timber Chain out. Forced to pop the BKB, but you run straight into the Dusa. Yeah, I mean, you're just getting Skadi hit down. One last little Timber Chain. They'll just hook shot straight through you. Perfect from till the end. He gets punched down. But immediately the buyback from FBZ. Here comes Kami. BKB on the backline. Sumail is just dead. He has a buyback available and he might just have to use it now. Miracle under threat. Pops the BKB trying to run. Warwick on the chase though. They don't have any way of slowing down the Miracle Tiny, but FBZ continuing to take the hits from V-Tune. Can't Timber Chain back into base. Here comes Sumail trying his best, but has to avoid the pit. Too scary now. Warwick in trouble. Dies on the Void Spirit finally. Getting taken down in the shackles from the base. GH, this could be a chance, but V-Tune still pumping out a lot of damage on the front lines. Still has that second life available. Night Pulse, they're getting close, but they understand there's no harm in risking it.
What a great illusion.
Just keep trying to push it.
It prevents them from blinking in, but they're going for it anyway.
They're gonna try and punch down Kami. It's a lot of burst damage. This poor Underlord, he'll narrowly gets whacked down by the Tiny. Janta tried his damn best. V-Tune still in the middle of it all. If they can isolate this Medusa, there's a good chance of them killing him off, but still, Nigma Galaxy decide better against it. They know that there's still a second life and Warwick back in the fray.
Solid hold.
To being able to take this series 2-1. Game number 1 was a bit of a weird strategy, but ever since they picked this Underlord for Kami, it's looked amazing, and now Miracle, the lone defender here up against V-Tune, you can't stand up against that. Ancient under threat, they'll jump forward, they can't even afford to commit because there's a pit right under him. Here's FBZ trying to Meteor Hammer the Dusa. What am I watching? I mean, he'll chase them back for now, but it's momentary. V-Tune can just swing back in and keep things going.
Meteor Hammer? On on Timbersaw? Wow. Okay.
Well, they're going in now, trying to end the game. Here comes till the end, controlling onto GH. That foul play isn't going to help him there. Miracle dropping low. Miracle is out.
Yeah,
Has a
buyback.
buyback available. There's the Meteor Hammer. Like we mentioned, FBZ in the middle of it all, but he's into an egg. Healing up everybody on Night Pulse. They are completely fine. Sumail,
V-Tune.
he's trying to wipe them out. They managed to get V-Tune. How have Nigma Galaxy found that? Just running out of mana, I guess. And now, looks like the Clockwork is in trouble as well. Sumail, back with a vengeance, ready to punish. And this time it seems like Night Pulse maybe a bit too confident that they could put an end to the game there. Didn't respect the buybacks. And they get just slapped back home.
To be fair though, these were expensive buybacks on your carry and the guy who's bringing most of your control on the squad. But you still got them. FBZ is close to level 25. It's signs of life for Nigma. If they can come back from this, it's more impressive than if they win it outright, if you ask me.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You talk about signs of life, but right now it feels like Nigma in a bit of a coma, and you just heard the heartbeat monitor beep for the first time. Like look, even if it's beeping, I don't really know. They're up against mega creeps. They're down in the buybacks. You know, V-Tune still has his. I'll be honest with you, in the sheer chaos of that fight,
6-second avalanche, not bad. That is AOE, so you can catch multiple people. But seriously, what the hell?
the Meteor Hammer.
It's
kind of working. Like it's clearing the creep
it
wave.
is.
I'm surprised, but here comes V-Tune.
Oh.
Miracle with the combo.
Oh.
It's a lot of damage. They're holding them down. V in some trouble losing mana. Able to pop the Stone Gaze though. They're trying to focus him down, but there's the egg. Healing everybody up. It doesn't really help them though, but it burns up Nigma Galaxy to a crisp. FBC on the front lines just getting melted.
The buyback.
Island Sumail up. Poor Storm Spirit can't do a thing. All the members of Nigma Galaxy save Miracle are out, and Miracle look to be the last one to fall. Insurmountable, mounted on Galaxy. Kuro will come back just to watch his allies die, and his hopes that of him. Night Pulse able to take down the Titans in this region and really cement their place here. Very nicely done.